As I mentioned in class, before we can attempt our learning goal in 5.1, which is to be able to solve a system of equations by graphing, right, we need to review how to graph a linear function. Right, so this first example in your packet on your warm-up reviews those steps. Step 1 is to rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form. Right? In other words, get y by itself. Once I have y by itself, then I can find the values of the slope and the y-intercept. Right? The slope is the number in front of x, and the y-intercept is my constant, the number that does not have a variable. Right? It's possible that either one of those could be 0 or not shown at all, right, where I would put a 0 there. Anytime m is a whole number, we put it over 1 to make it into a fraction. The third step is to put my y-intercept on the graph. So this is the first point that I'm putting on my graph. The y-axis is the vertical axis. Okay. So my y-intercept or my b value should always go on my vertical up and down axis. And then step 4 is to use that slope to find another point on the line. Right? 1 over 2, a positive 1, tells me I'm going up, right? And then a positive 2 is to the right. So up 1 to the right 2. Double check when I'm done, right? That my slope or my line is actually going the right direction. It's going uphill. Look back over here. Was it supposed to go uphill if my slope was positive 1/2? Right? It was supposed to go uphill, so that's a good thing. There's a good chance that I have that correct. Okay, so let's look at some examples. If I'm following those first steps, those 4 steps up above, the first step is to get y by itself. So in this case, I can move my 4 to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And I get that y is x minus 4. So first step is done. I got y by itself. Then I need to be able to say what is m and what is b. Well, m, my slope, is the number in front of x. Remember, if there's no number there, we can always put a 1 in front of x. So I get m is 1, right? And b is negative 4. So first step, get y by itself. Second step, what is m, what is b? Third step, put b on my graph. Right, my y-intercept at negative 4. Right. Technically, y equals negative 4 is a line, so really I'm plotting the point 0, negative 4. Right, but I'm plotting negative 4 on the y-axis. Okay. And last step, use my slope, which in this case is 1 over 1. Right? Anytime it's a whole number, I can put it over 1. That tells me I go up 1 and to the right 1 to plot more points on that graph. I want to plot as many points as I can. This is going to be really important now. Technically, I can draw a line with just 2 points, right? But for what we're doing, we want to find where 2 lines are going to intersect. So I want to have as many points as I can so I can tell for sure which point they intersect at. Right? So once I have all of those points plotted, I connect my line and put arrows at the end. Let's take a look at the second one. So again, following my 4 steps. First step is to get y by itself. This one is tricky because there's a negative in front of the y. A lot of people miss that. So I'm going to start by subtracting 6x from both sides. And I get negative 1y is negative 6x minus 1. Then if I divide everything by negative 1, to get y by itself, I get that y is 6x plus 1. The other option that we have, instead of moving the x over first, right, and I noticed some of you doing this as you worked in class, right, is I could actually add the y to the other side and add the 1 to the other side. So move both those things over, right? So then the y's would be gone and the 1's would be gone, and I would have 6x plus 1 equals y, right? And that would be another way to get y by itself. Okay. So step 1. Step 2. What is m? Well, m is the number in front of x, and what is b? The third step, put b on my graph. Plot b. So at 1, I need a point. Again, b is always on my vertical line, my vertical axis. That's the y-axis. Okay. And last step, use my slope to make some more points. My slope is 6, right? If m is 6, I can put 6 over 1, and that tells me I go up 6 to the right 1. Well, up 6 to the right 1 doesn't fit on my graph, right? So then what do? I look and I say if m is positive 6 over positive 1, that's the same thing as the complete opposite, which would be negative 6 over negative 1. So up and to the right is the same as down and to the left. So I'm going to go down 6. Oh, up 6 to the right 1 fits on my graph. Goodness, I'm going to do both though. So up 6 to the right 1, and I can put a point there. That's the same as down 6 to the left 1. Down 6 to the left 1. Down 6 to the left 1 would be just off my graph here, and I can connect those points to make a straight line. Hey, that was pretty good for not having a ruler. And put arrows at the ends. How about number 3? First step in number 3 is to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. That leaves me with 5y is negative 4x and positive 20, right? If this 20 isn't negative, that makes it positive. And then I would divide everything by 5. And that gives me y is negative 4/5 x plus 20 divided by 5 is 4. So first step, get y by itself. Second step, what is m, what is b? I know m is negative 4/5 and b is 4. Third step, plot my b on my graph. So a point at 4 on my y-axis. And my last step, use m to put more points on there. So negative 4 over 5 would be down 4 and to the right 5. Down 4 to the right 5 would be the same thing as up and to the left. Right? So I'm going to start down and to the right. So down 4 to the right 5, down 4 to the right 5. Same thing as up 4 to the left 5. Put some more points on my graph. And once I have as many points as fit on my graph, all that's left is to connect them with a straight line. Not quite as good as the last one, but still not bad for not having a ruler. See if you could use a straight edge on yours, please. And the last one, I get y by itself. Right. It's up to you how you want to go about that. This time, what if I add the 2y to this side and add my 3x to the other side? Then I'd have 3x plus 12 is 2y, and divide everything by 2. So I can switch my sides of the equal sign to say that's the same as y equals 3/2 x plus 12 divided by 2 is 6. Again, if you prefer to move the 12 over, right, and then end up in the same place, right? We would get the same equation for y. So step 1, get y by itself. Step 2, what is m, what is b? Step 3, plot my b. So I put a point on the y-axis at 6. And last step, use m, which is 3/2, to put that on the graph. So I go up 3 and to the right 2, or down 3 and to the left 2. Right? The complete opposite works also. So up 3 to the right 2, I can only fit one of those. So then backwards, down 3 to the left 2, down 3 to the left 2, down 3 to the left 2. And continue that pattern as many times as it fits on my graph so that I can make sure with what we're doing now, our new stuff, we find for sure the nice point where they meet. And then put arrows at the end. So go ahead and go back and click on the second video so we can take a look at our 5.1 notes.